Now that I finished watching Dhurandhar on Netflix, I can openly say this. I would much rather watch Dhurandhar 1,000 times more in the theater than watch it in Netflix. Yep, that's the whole summary of the movie. Netflix, you disappointed me. Let's start from the point where Netflix decided to trim the movie or censor the movie in a particular way that even the censor board itself didn't thought it required. I cannot fathom why it desperately needed to trim those 10 minutes off of it, or it is not like it trimmed any of those vicious attacking or vicious fighting sequences or vicious goals from the whole movie. Where should I start? First off, everyone by now who has watched Dhurandhar in Netflix has pointed out that how the whole color tone, whole color palette looks different. How there are some subtle differences in the cut, subtle differences in where the sequences start and where they finish, where the music starts, where the music finishes, and some random sequences being cut off for no good goddamn reason. I mean, it's Netflix, OTT platform, which is famous for promoting content that boasts of vulgar languages, gory violence, and even profanity, and it implies content as well. But out of the 3 hours and 40 minutes of runtime of the Dhurandhar movie, it decided to trim off 10 minutes of it. It's not like it trimmed the 10 minutes of gore violence from the movie or action sequences from it. No, it decided to cut off some very nuanced detailing moments of the movie. Let me give you some examples. The first time Hamza Mazari, the character of Ranveer, decided to infiltrate the gang of Rehman Decade, Akshay Khanna's character's gang. The plan was to save the son of Akshay Khanna from opposite gangsters' attack and show up as a hero or a savior for his kid, and by that process get into the gang of Rehman Decade. He fails at that. The son dies in the shootout counter. We all know that. But here comes the moment that defines the character of Hamza Mazari. There was a setback in the mission. The kid was supposed to be saved, but he died. So what does he do? Here comes the quick thinking of Hamza Mazari. He decided to put a show where he's supposedly still saving the kid. The kid hasn't died yet. He has some life left in him. So he puts up a show that he is still trying his full effort, giving his full effort to save this kid, and keeps shouting and calling people for help, for ambulance and blah blah blah, all of that. In this moment, he also touches the dead body and splatters some blood in his whole shirt to sell the whole act even more. These are the subtle details that shows how much of a quick thinker he is, how much quick on his feet he is, how much street smart he is. This establishes his character even more. But for Netflix, it was just another random unnecessary scene. That's why they cut it off. And this doesn't go only for the nuanced detailing scenes. Coming to the music portions, coming to the background music as well, the whole sequences where the music were capitalized as the background music are cut off, butchered off in such random ways that they don't sync anymore. They feel like they are out of sync. Akshay Khanna's character in the song Shararat, in the wedding sequence where the wedding of Ranveer Singh and his wife Sara Arjun's character dances in there as well. His dance was actually kept in sync with the beat of the lyrics, beat of the music in the theatrical release. But in Netflix, they cut it off and made him dance out of rhythm for some goddamn reason. And why did they decide to turn all these beautiful color palettes, all these beautiful cinematic shots, all this beautiful cinematography that the cinematographer has done, turn them into a blank scene? Why did they change or tamper with the color grading? God knows. And honestly, what more can you expect from Netflix? For those of you who don't know, Netflix has a guideline for its writer and directors where it clearly states that the movie that they are making has to be made for the audiences in a particular way that it can be watched while doing other things. It means you can scroll through your mobile or do your chores, other chores, work out or cook while watching the movie. This concept itself is called ambient viewing. My question is, why? Since when did a movie become a side quest of you while doing other things? And honestly, is Dhurandhar a movie like that you can watch while doing other things as well? But who am I to judge a billion-dollar industry, a billion-dollar studio or a billion-dollar OTT platform for that? Their main goal is getting more viewership, getting more eyeballs and gaining more profit. So who am I to judge them? From here, sitting in my lonely small room. These were my complaints about the things that Netflix has done to this movie, and they honestly did this movie dirty. Now coming to some observation about the movie after this rewatch. Jamie, after rewatching Dhurandhar, said something about the character of Akshay Khanna that upon rewatching now, to me as well, makes a lot of sense. Akshay Khanna's character is actually a myth. Rahman Decade is actually a legend whose story is being told by people. Audience are merely listening to those stories. He as a character is only established by those stories, what he has done or he has made himself into. But none of it is ever shown on the screen. Apart from the last fight sequence where he establishes his strength and will till the last drop of his blood. But till then, the only thing he was standing on was his stories or legends that are told of him by his henchmen or other people. His whole character was aura-farming on the basis of those legends itself only. How Rahman Baloch became Rahman Decade, he became the savior or the messiah of the Baloch people, how he was called Shere Baloch, and what he has done for his community. All of these are legends only. The people that worship him, that celebrate him, respect him or fear him are based on legends. None of those which we have seen in the movie or none of the actions that we see in the movie. But what we do see is him being manipulated, him depending on others' commitment or others' perspective to decide what he has to do. Let me tell the story from his perspective in a linear way. We first get introduced with Rahman Baloch or Rahman Decade through the accident or the assassination of his kid. We see him breaking down but still holding himself strongly. We see his henchmen very agitated, very animated. And they are the ones that are trying to command the room, but he is silent. This is how he is aura farming basically. He doesn't have to say anything. His people, his henchmen are doing the jobs for him. When it comes to decision making, he is very dependent on his henchmen. That is how Ranveer Singh's character Hamza manipulates him. It first happened in the footballing sequence where they played football and they were relaxing, and at the point he comes and shares the story how he used to teach his kid how to play football in that very field. He asks for everyone's opinion about what he has to do at this moment, and that is the point when Ranveer hits the nerve at the right exact place. It gets in his skin, boils his fury, boils his anger, and manipulates him into doing a thing that according to the politician was not going to help him, but him, Rahman Decade, having a legendary status in Layari town itself was enough to make everyone silent while he committed those vicious act of killing his father, Abu Decade, in the middle of the market. Again, it is his legend because of which people are scared of him. It is the tales that are told of him that makes people scared to even look at him. That's why he can commit those vicious acts in the middle of the market and hit the final blow on his enemy in front of everyone without any fear of consequences. Then again, him being attacked by SP Aslam, he had no idea how the attack was going to be on him, and he was manipulated. Not manipulated, he was tricked into going to that road, and SP Aslam used it. Basically having a henchman of Arshad Pappu in his own house as a cook and still not knowing it and still not predicting any danger that was going to come on him. To be very honest, he had two spies in his home working against him. One was a spy of Arshad Pappu and one was a spy of India, Ranveer Singh's character. Still, he predicted nothing. Only time he was able to predict something was at the end where Ranveer Singh's character was taking him through the jungle. That was the only time he predicted something that a danger is coming upon him. Apart from that, he was only riding on his legends, on his tales that are being told by people that hype him up, and that's it. None of the decisions are taken by him. He is a guy who is easily manipulated, and that's it. I don't know why. Maybe it is because how the movie was cut in this Netflix release. The aura farming I felt of him in the theatrical release felt much less in this version as well. And maybe because it was of this realization that made the aura farming less reasonable this time. Then coming to some other hypothetical plot holes that can be ignored if you want to. When SP Aslam Chaudhary's character abducted Rahman Decade first time, and Hamza's character orchestrated the whole flow where he captures the officers of LTF, the task force of Layari, and uses those officers as a leverage or asset to free Rahman Decade's character. In that whole sequence, we saw the power of smartphone, the power of video footages the power of internet at its whole peak. Given how the video quality is nowadays, it is easy to believe, but during that period at 2010, having a mobile with that high resolution and internet speed that can send a video immediately at that point of time, well, that is a creative liberty and a leap of faith that creators took. And honestly, I have no problem with it. It may be a little detached to reality, but I'm just nitpicking for the sake of it. Then coming to the point where Ranveer Singh's character abducts Sara Ali and uses her as an asset to manipulate or blackmail the politician into giving up the location of LTF. First off, he is a politician. Not only a politician, he is a corrupt politician with a lot of power. He should be easily able to locate his daughter, who went to a mall and then went to a particular place. Yes, her mobile is off, no one was being able to communicate with her, but you are a minister for a reason. You have all the resources at your disposal. You could have easily found out where your daughter went. But again, it can be ignored by the fact that everything was happening on the moment and they had zero to no time to recall or think about anything. So that plot hole can be given a pass. And one more thing that I have to praise about this whole story, whole cinema, whole movie is how the characters' small details are fleshed out very meticulously, very nuanced and layered way. By that I mean when Rahman Daket's character at last was being shot by SP Aslam and Hamza's character takes him to a hospital and he puts up an act of how he desperately wanted to save him from all of this that has happened to him, and he was using the rickshaw driver to put that thought in his mind that he was trying to save Rahman Daket, all while Rahman Daket himself was trying to strangle him. At moments were actually funny as hell and really unique, because this kind of writing are really rare to find, and I'm very happy that Aditya Dhar decided to go with his instinct and his gut rather than giving up to the commercial templates. And I hope in Dhurandhar 2 as well, which is basically the continuation of this story, he does the same. He doesn't give up to the commercial template or the urge to have more commercial profit, and stays true to his instincts, because that is what made Dhurandhar what it is today. Honest, authentic, maybe flawed to some, but still real to itself. So that was my observation from Dhurandhar that was released on Netflix. My humble opinion, Netflix butchered it and its true potential is subsidized due to the cut and trim that Netflix has brought to it. And if you are willing to see Dhurandhar again, then don't watch it in Netflix, go watch it in theater if it's still on in your nearby theater. And if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Write down below what are your thoughts about it, and don't forget to subscribe to Homeland Rexo.